Hi everyone, my name's Sophia. Welcome to this community. So I wanted to talk about the astrology at this time because it's quite massive. Now, when I say the astrology, I don't look into the actual astrology of the planets. I get downloads and then I know that those downloads are connected to what's going on with the astrology because the planets shape your world. That's factual. That's why you can go on this tarot read. Well, not this, but yeah, you can listen to me and go to several tarot readings. Why they all resonate in literally because it's the planets that shape the world. And this is massive because it's connected with the actual contract of twin flames, etc., etc. So in this video, I want to talk about the change which is happening to you, but also with your person. It's about the balance of the masculine and the feminine at this time to bring union of self. So I'll talk about well, I might flip and flop, but I'll be talking about your person and what's happening now because there's a massive change, and also how you may be feeling and how the energy is affecting the planet and etc. So kind of an astrology, but like I said, astrology affects you. It affects humanity. Well, it affects your world, doesn't it? So because it affects the weather, the planet, and etc. So at the moment with this Cancer moon, whatever, I don't look into what it's called, but I know there's something like that. That's huge. It's huge. You actually might be feeling changes. Generally, when you're a light worker or, twin flame, palladium, whatever, you get upgrades is what, I don't know what to call it, right? You get upgrades, DNA upgrades, you get upgrades of your gifts or your abilities. But this astrological change is connected with more of your, how do I say that? It's your internal system. Okay. It's connected with more of your, the invisible stuff, like your instincts, reptilian brain. Where do you say that? This on the frontal cortex. How do I say that? I don't want to go too deep. When it comes to your brain, the actual brain is called the cranium, but when it comes to the actual neuralistics and the invisible stuff, that's what they're kind of working on. So you won't really, I can't pinpoint and say it's working on the heart chakra. That's what I'm trying to say. But it is actually working, and you might feel actually effects. It's trying to change how interesting the health. That's why I'm going to be starting to create a health program. So in short, I'm trying to get and tell you at the same time. In short, you may feel changes in your health. You might feel like getting more healthy, or you're not. It's a yin and yang. So you're either like eating more junk food, or you're feeling to go pull to be more healthy. And to be honest with you, which way you sway is connected with your surrounding of the negative people. Now, when I say negative, I need to kind of make that clear, because most people, when I call myself like a million years old compared to, I don't know how the average age of what people listen to me, but it's not like Freddy Krueger, a negative axe murderer. You can have people who are, like, I give my example now, I don't want to really call this person out in for example, but like Abraham Hicks talks about getting into the vortex and and all this stuff. But to me, like, to get into that vortex state of awareness is an altered state of awareness, and most people think about just living on the 3D. They don't know about altered versus of reality. So that to me is a negative. But you would say she's very loving and kind. My point of why I'm kind of calling her out is because you might be around people who go to church, who are, hello, how are you? You know, and very loving, but it doesn't mean that they're positive. Now, you're around me, right? I'm very loud. I'm always swearing. It's weird because I don't swear in front of children. But, you know, most Hollywood films, they're now, you know, not even swearing in front of children, the little children. Maybe I'm old school. I don't know. But anyway, you know, I'm loud, I'm Larry, you know, I'll drag you to a bar, you know, I'll be the first one dancing and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm not a negative person. I don't do any, you know, I follow law, natural laws. Do you see what I mean? This is very important because you might think, well, it's okay, Sophia, because I'm not negative, although unless you're doing the programs, you are, and particularly round the people that you're around. So the planets combined, and that's why I said, oh, that's interesting, because frustrates me, because I can't even say they told me, because they don't tell you, right? I don't know. Anyway, right, the alien beings, right, are collaborating with the planets, and that's how they do telepathy, connected with the activities of the negative elite at the top, right? That's what the changes are. So with all this, it's connected with the people are taking the whatever, I don't know the names of it, for the virus, right? The actuality of the virus, I'm not going to go into, but this planet is controlled, humanity, by fear. So by saying that thousands of people are dying from something, let's just say, right? That is fear alone. That's all it does. You don't need to, you know, I can say to you, listen, there's a disease called Ukakwaka, make up some shit, right? And, you know, it's killed 1,000 people in 24 hours. You'll be like, oh my gosh, you see, you don't need to, you know, and literally people just listen to the news. So the actual virus in itself is not the issue. The scare, the fear is the issue, which is harming people. And then on top of it, this vaccine is a word, right? Which is most diseases, and I want you to listen to that word, dis-ease, and then I'll talk about your person, how this, because this is massive for your person as well. Dis-ease is not ease. Do you hear that? I need to make this clear. It's called dis-ease because, you know, stress makes you non-ease, non-at ease. So in every dis-ease, for example, we have cancer cells. This coronavirus, we have that within our cells. So what they're doing is, so if you are stressed out, it brings out more of the cancer cells, and the cancer cells, when there's an override of cancer cells, then you die from the cancer. Do you see what I mean? So are people dying from cancer? Well, you have cancer cells. I have cancer cells. You know, the stuff that's in the vaccine is limiting the self-mechanism defense system, which, put it back this way, back in the caveman, cavewoman day, there was none of this vaccine. You didn't have to take your child to a cave with a medical witch doctor who gave the child vaccines. Do you see? So you don't need it, is what I'm trying to say. There's nothing, and most people say, well, this world is more advanced with more diseases. No, our bodies are perfectly fine. They still self-heal. You cut yourself. Do you see what I mean? So upstairs is collaborating with all these people that are taking this vax, because you're taking stuff, which I'm trying to say, that you don't even know what you're taking. What is in that, what you're taking? You're just listening to the news of what they're saying it is. Have you researched what is in it? And you don't have to research it. I'm just saying, well, has it affected you? So why are loads of people going to take it, right? To prevent something that is not affected you or anyone you know, to me is non-logical, but still they know that most people are taking this vaccine, right? Lightworkers, twin flames were supposed to be out there speaking, meeting people, talking about it and stuff like that. So they're upgrading they're saying it's DNA, but it's not actuality of the DNA at this time with this Cancer moon. And the Cancer part of it is connected with your person. It's a, how do I say this? It's a fundamental human instincts to act in favor of self-preservation. But our self-preservation comes from fear because we've been programmed of fear. So it's incorrect. Such as, if I said to you in an image reading that you are not doing the work, and I used to have that all the time. I used to read and say, you're not doing enough work. And you would react in self-preservation of, I am doing the work. But to me, if you're posting 2 videos a day and you've never posted 2 videos a day, that's you doing the work. To me, posting half of the star signs, 6 a day to 12 a day, is doing the work. So you act out of your instincts, which is self-preservation, but it's incorrect. So they're trying to rechange that because that is of a belief system. I know it's long and it's deep, but this is what's going on, and it's very important that you understand this concept. That's what's going on with this Cancer moon. Why is it so important? It's because I've been stating on this channel, well, I've got a couple of channels, so but I kind of give these videos to all the communities I have, but I've been stating that November there was going to be a change, but now that change is happening now, but still you're supposed to be with your person. That hasn't changed. So this Cancer moon is changing. How it's changing your person is, once again, it's removing this self-preservation of your person belief system / ego / reptilian of staying stuck. Same as you are keeping yourself stuck. You might say it's your person because they're not moving in with you. They're not making you exclusive. They're not telling their friends and family about you, etc., etc. But you're keeping yourself stuck because you're not investing in yourself. You're just following the crowd. You're just listening to other tarot readers and speakers that do nothing. Do you see? That's what it's trying to do. So you might feel, and particularly because the moon is emotions, and I'm saying it's going to affect you with your inside. So you might have, I don't know, ringing in the ears. You might feel very tired. All those kind of symptoms of, galactic stuff. And it does because the moon is emotions. The moon is connected with cycles. The cycles is menstrual cycles. And that's why it's called a lunar moon. And that's why we're called lunatics when we're on our mental cycles, which is actually incorrect because it's when we're due on is when we get frustrated, because that's when the moon is changing our cycles to align with our bodies. So the feminines are going to feel it more on the inside, and the actuality of the instincts, which is more of the masculine, their fundamental core instincts. And that's why you will be frustrated with your person of, I'm putting my hair out. They're not understanding what I'm saying because they feel like it is actually them. It is actually what are you on about? I say it's like talking to the wall, right? Because they don't get it. So this Cancer, because when you think about Cancer, the crab, you connect with your person because they're all soft and gooey on the inside. You absolutely, that's the thing that you're pulled to, that soft center. But the shell outside is what you see in reality. That's the physicality, right? That's what you're seeing in reality, which you're here to just say, look, feel the inside. So they're breaking down that shell to bring as within, so without, as above, so below. So the planet is as above, so below, as within, so without, to bring out that, because that is the emotional state. I know it's quite long, but I don't know what to say, right? To bring out the emotional state, because you are the emotions, right? And then you will connect with your person. They don't need to really align the feminine's emotions, because we are the emotions, really. But at the flip side, they're changing your DNA, because why are you keeping yourself stuck? You see? And mainly you are, how do I say that then? The reason why I'm making this health program, I was going to say I haven't started it. I have started bits of it, but I'll start it properly. Is because the food you eat and stuff you do is detrimental to oneself. You absolutely are programmed on the television of sweeteners, right? Replace this from sugar, sweeteners, non-sugar, right? In drinks. So you'll think, oh, that's okay. It hasn't got any sugar. Diet Cokes. But when it goes deeper, like I say, when you look at all the toxins, the chemicals, and all on the other things, just because it's like, I literally break it down to the dummies level. It's like someone saying, oh, it's fine. I've removed all your cancer cells, so you're perfectly fine. You won't die of cancer. And you're like, wicked, happy days, right? But you might die of, something else, stress or stroke or something like that. So that's what it's doing. When they're advertising no sugar, people say, oh, wicked, I'll drink this because no sugar. But, you could die from a stroke. You could die from another disease in the body. Do you see what I mean? They make it the people actuality trial, like water. I give my example of water. People think, oh, yeah, I know about the fluorine in water. I'll drink bottled water. But bottled water still is chemically fucked up unless you know the pH levels, right? The pH levels is exactly the same as the water on you might as well drink tap water. All you're doing is wasting money. I'll be honest with you, that's all you're doing. So why I'm talking about food and health is because what it actually does, I can't really say it in another word, apart from dumbs you down. Because logically, it would make sense of what I'm saying that you would book me and I would be overbooked. I was overbooked initially, but that was just literally when I had my image readings, because it sounded better than the tarot readings. When I started to notice when I was getting so booked out, I was like, it wasn't making any changes. There wasn't people, getting into mission. There wasn't people getting with their person. It was just like they were buying my image readings just like they were buying tarot readings. That's why I stopped it, and that's why I stopped it again. Because I was like, actually, I don't want to start that cycle again, and I want to start on this health program. So they're sorting out you because of you are, I don't know another word. They don't like me calling, being personal. I'll put it that way. Limiting yourself to going for who you truly are, right? Which is mission and stuff like that. I'll just say stuff like that because I'm telling them I'm fed up talking about mission. Because of the food and stuff dumb you down. I don't know how else to say it without being in your face. It literally is destroying and killing you and making you dumb to see it. Like I say, some things are so, like, you guys just listen and buy tarot readings, and like, I'm an energy healer, right? First of all, there's no one that can heal on this planet. That would be unfair. Do you think they choose a particular one person on, or a couple of scattered people to heal? Why would they have such a gift? Do you see what I mean? So let's remove the energy healer, but let's layer this a little bit more. I'm an energy, what do they call it when they do that, when they, you know, what they say, energy healer, right? But so you would book them, right? Okay, this is great. They're going to remove this stuff from me, which is quite lazy. Like I said, lazy. And but I would say to them, oh, you're an energy healer, right? Forget the healing argument. I would say, so have you talk to me, because I know shit loads about quantum physics and energy. I'll say, tell me about energy, and they don't study energy. So how can they be an energy healer? Do you see my point? Things that are so in your face, most are dumbed down by the food that they eat, and they can't see it, is what I'm saying. Most of you go to college, school, you have to, well, you don't really have to. That's another thing. That's why I've got the Galactic School. If you homeschool your children, you don't actually have to put your children in school, right? You do it because you just want freedom to go and work in another job. If you put them in school, I'm going off track, but you put them in school and you're working on a job you like, different story. But you're working for someone else. Anyway, I went off track. So this is about you not seeing things in reality. For, like I say, you book tarot readings, and you know, you the qualifications. You're like, I must get a qualification, because everyone needs a qualification, right? That's quite commonly out there. But hear this. When have you ever went in someone who's qualified and asked to see their qualification? Couldn't I literally, hear this, right? Couldn't I literally just buy a house building, register my, and go in and put a plaque, because I can go to Google and look for plaque as a dentist, right? And put the doctor, dentist title, get the chair off eBay, right? Buy a house, because dentists are normally in houses. I don't know if that's what it looks like in UK, they are, right? And buy the tools, right? Obviously that's extreme, but do you see what I mean? I can buy a garage, right? And say a sign, we do MOTs, and not even being a mechanic. You go to the hairdressers, they go and get level 1, 2, 3. Do you ask the hairdressers, have you had 1, 2, 3 certificate? Do you see my point? It doesn't make logical sense of what people are doing. They just follow the sheep. That's why I put the sheep in the video. People just follow each other. But logically, you lot, because I've never done it, I got a degree in computers because I had my own business. Not one person asked me to see if I was qualified. Not one. Not one. No one ever did. And I was proud because it was Microsoft. So I spent thousands, because I thought, I'm my business, stupid. I'm going to get the best. That's why I know advertising marketing, because it's Microsoft, right? I had it on my neck. No, I know what I showed it a couple of times. They said, are you the police? I was like, okay, I won't show it then, because of, the first thing I was doing was showing off my, Microsoft qualification, accredited and all these bollocks. What do you see? It's the food that dumbs you down, so you just obey, right? That's what's happening. So that's what they're changing of the feminine, so that you understand that you go into doing things that's what this moon thing is doing. Your person is about their core essence, their fundamental instincts is what's going on, which is changing with your person, because their core essence is about building and structure, and in reality they think they are following their instincts, but it's actually the logicating of the ego brain. And like I said, my example of the Abraham Hicks, most think Abraham Hicks is fine, and most don't. Like if I said to you, are you loving yourself? You might think, yeah, I am. And even if you have had other programs and other people and booked and done things which, you know, remove all the negativity, which they don't really do. They just tell you about, you know, sexual abuse, which they don't talk about your parents and how it affects you. Because if you're sexual abuse from a young age, right, how the fuck did you get sexually abused at a young age if you got parents? Do you see what I mean? And if it was at school, wouldn't that affect you when you get home? What's your parents doing? How they can see you change? If you're sexually abused, your energetic frequency is changed. So that child, that's what I'm trying to say. They don't go into stuff like that. Like, so why didn't your parents pick it up? Why didn't your parents do anything? Which most parents don't do anything, etc., etc. So this is what I'm trying to say. It's dumbing you. What is dumbing you down? What literally is dumbing you down so you can't see it? That's that lazy stuff that I'm talking about. That's why you don't do things. So this energetic frequency is trying to change that. So it's quite massive. So I was like, why have they shifted it? Because it's trying to get you into being truly who you truly are. Both of you. Because you really can't see it. I have people watching these videos. The amount of people that watch it, that book, and I don't mind because I'm really busy. But the actuality of it, I should be really booked over. And generally when I'm posting more, I do get overbooked. But at the same time, like, for example, if I get 100 views per video and I get one, because generally in advertising marketing is 1 per 100 people, right? You get that booking. And say I post quite a lot, right? But what's the other people doing? You know, 1 out of the 100, what's the 99 doing? You know, I'm telling you what to do. Now, obviously, I'm hardcore. I know quantum physics. I know the 5D contract. You know, I know a lot of stuff. I know advertising marketing. I know entrepreneur stuff. And I know that most of you, that's a lot. You don't need to know that much is what I'm trying to say. But the core essence, yes. Absolutely. So that's what's going on with your you and your person. What does that lead to is then waking up to then be with your person, because you're both stopping yourself from being with each other because you're not getting the dots, which I've been saying in these talk videos lately. You're not really understanding it because, like I say, you lot go to other people and still watch them and still listening to them when they don't actually do anything. Why are you doing that? Now, this isn't about, oh, just watch me. Do you see what I mean? I'm like, what do you get out of that? I haven't watched telly probably in 15 years. I gave you my example. I don't know politics, nothing. When people, that's why I became a recluse. Because people talked about the news, they talk about governments, they talk about, do you know what this guy's doing with this? First of all, I didn't go to school, so I don't know what they're on about. And I'm like, I don't know what you're on about. I really don't. And it hasn't affected me in the slightest. I still live my life. And it's not just the news, it's natural stuff, what's going on in society. Or didn't you know, up the road, you know, someone got killed in whatever. You should know that because it's in your local area. Why should I know it? Because it's in my local area. Why do I need to know that? Fear. Do you see? So it's actually making you, that's the deep hardcore. I don't want to talk too long. But what it's actually doing is, because it's getting you, the actuality of it is this frequency is of love. And I say to you, I am actually the highest frequency, then love, because passion overrides love. Passion is the highest frequency. It's connected with passion, yes. So that's why I've done my sex program. And your twin flame, the sex program is for you, because that heightened frequency of sex is with twin flames. Because they have to have a heightened frequency over love, because your dumbed down version of reality, you would think before you met your twin flame who you was with, you loved, right? So they have to heighten it to the highest level, which is connected to passion, which is connected to sex. That's why sex with your twin flame is so amazing, because of they have to heighten it so that you keep going to your person, because you will dump a soulmate. People will leave soulmates. With your twin flame, it's harder to leave, so they heighten the connection. And that's why I'm so passionate, and not just on that lower soulmate love frequency, because my connection is, I have the main core essence of knowing the full twin flame contract. That's why I'm all passion, right? And that passion frequency is all emotions. It's more than love, right? So why am I telling you that? Because the actuality of what's going on is bringing you two together. They're bringing you to, because you're supposed to be on this planet simply to experience. You don't want to come to a planet to experience negative. You would offer to come to a planet. That's why I say to people, you know, suicide is, I can't say bad because there's no good or bad, but there's so many entities out there that want to come and experience this planet. But this planet is corrupted. This experience is of a negative. They want to come to this planet to experience the love frequency, which is a positive. So they're changing that. And that love frequency, obviously, you want to be with your person. Hence, I said they're changing the energetic frequency to the fundamental human instincts within your person, which will bring him back to that fundamental of that love frequency, which will bring him towards you, which would be all on the subconscious, you see, which will then bring you, because he will be himself, you will be yourself. That energetic frequency will bring you together. So it will make him think, what do I love? I love to be a mechanic, say. I love to go and see my children. This is your person. And I love that person, right? You. And just go towards that. That's why you're here. And the same with you, right? That's what you're supposed to do. But you lot are not doing anything. You're worse than your person. Their contract is so. I don't want to just, I'm going to cut this out here. I normally go on when I say that. Literally, what they are doing is their contract has ended. Is that correct? Started, right? The twin flame actual, I don't know how to word it. The endings start with a new beginning, yes. So what has happened is the old, no. The contract, how do I say it? It's really hard to, all this delay, all this trying to work out, to pull back, to go to your core being, and all that is ended. The new start with the twin flame contract is started with your person now knowing thyself. So it's ended of the old contract, because I keep saying to you a lot, and I've been saying it, and if you're new, the contract with your person is completely different to what yours is. You are here to get into mission, to do all this talk video and change planet Earth and all this mission stuff. That's what you're supposed to do. Your person can be over here being a mechanic, a security guard, I don't know, whatever, right? A doctor, whatever, you know, that's there, which is 5D, you're 5D, and they're 3D. That's as above, so below, as within, so without. The macro, the micro. That's what we're here for, right? So there, you are not doing that. Their contract, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. Their contract from, see, fuck's sake, upstairs, it's like they have, you two, when you're upstairs on 5D, right? You both are together, right? They separate you and say, listen, right, you two want to have this twin flame contract on the 3D plane to help this planet, because upstairs knows it's corrupted. And, you know, who wants to volunteer to go and help downstairs, right? Because this planet is the unique planet and it's being corrupted, right? lots of people volunteer, go through all these millions of years of training. You were chosen, right? You were the best, right? You and your person. So what they do is they separate you to make the contract. Ours is short because our contract is on this planet. So, okay, they say to me, for example, right, you go down there, your contract is to get all these people who are asleep awake. So you must go talk to people. You must go do whatever you got to do to change it, right? So I come down from, it's literally not like that, but it's kind of, right? I come down from 5D to 3D, and then I'm like, okay, what do I need to do? Oh, here's a spiritual person selling crystals. I'll do that. Oh, Reiki healing. That's connected with energy. I'll do that. No, it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be literally changing planet Earth and aligning with oneself and understanding that the negative and the positive. You get to meet someone like me because it's your time to change. Your person's contract, let's talk about your person, is more upstairs. So you like pulled aside and you agree, okay, when I'm downstairs, I'm going to do it. 3D, right? Happy dates. Your person, they pull aside, they say, listen, matey, right? You are a different contract. You're going to go and live on the 3D. So your life is more fucked. I'm just going to be there. Don't say that. Upstairs, don't swear. You know I do, right? Your contract is more fucked. You're going to go and live completely different how you live here, right? Because we think, well, galactic, well, normally they don't say galactic, my guys, I'm spiritual. We all, they're going to say you're still going to feel aligned with upstairs. That's the feminine because we're the emotions. Energy, motions. So that we all feel spiritual. That's why we're more of the 5D. Your person, listen, matey, you're going to be 3D. None of this feeling how you feel upstairs. You're not going to connect with that at all. You're going to want to do the 3D jobs. That's why they're so fucking 3D. They're going to say your person's going to cuss you out. They're going to always, they're not going to recognize you. They're going to feel you, but they're going to moan at you all the time. You're going to argue with your person. They're going to be always pulled towards you. You're going to be pulled towards them. Will you accept it? They have to agree to that upstairs because they're saying to them more of a nightmare when they come down. It's more easy. You complain and say, you think it's hard. But you're not even doing the job they're doing. They already agreed to the contract to come down here and they say to them, listen to this part of the contract. Shit, it's long. Listen, lots of twin flames don't get together because the feminine, did you hear that? The feminine will reject you over and over and over because they will look at you to be spiritual when they don't get the concept that you're 3D and that is the contract. Right? So you will always be rejected by someone who now you see as one, because upstairs you're together. This person you love will not recognize you down there. Do you want to do that? And they still fucking agree. Because you both upstairs say you're loving together and you're like, oh, we're going to be a team changing planet Earth. That's why they separate you. When you're upstairs to pull the man aside and say, listen, she's going to be all airy-fairy because it don't make much of a change to her. To you, mate, it's going to be different. But they're masculine. So they're like, yeah, I can do the challenge. I'll do the challenge. Then they come down here and what do you lot do? Cuss them out, right? Cuss them out. First time I met my person, cussed him out I didn't cuss him out the first year. When I found out about all the drama, cussed out, ditched his ass, right? Then when I met him the second time, still cuss and stuff, but nowhere's as bad as the first time. Ditched him, didn't want to know, got loads of shit going on, stuff like that. But then I done it to the contract of how it was supposed to be because you still got to say things. I'm not saying you got to sit there and shut your mouth. But this is all changed. That contract, right? This is why I'm spitting out all this. It's like, okay, matey, to the masculines, your time is done. We're waking you up for you to go to your wishes and desires. If she doesn't recognize you, matey, you can still go for your loves and desires, right? And that's what's going on with your masculine. But have you done what you're supposed to do down here? That's why I had to go over this spill, because of it's like they are now, this is the time, because I said to you, September, November, I feel a change. The November was to do with the virus, right? But that started now. And because I say to them, is September still the same? They're like, yeah, you're supposed to be, they're waking up your person now. And this is supposed to be the change of people getting with their person, right? That's why this has happened. So now you're supposed to then meet your person and then start again, right? But properly, your person is what you will say woken up, right? It's not literally that, but now that contract is ended with their person. It's like you've been down here on the earthly plane long enough now. Wake up, but it's not wake up. So I hope that makes sense. So a massive change, but like I say, if you don't recognize the contract and it's not, you have signed from 5D, but it's not signed, but you know that you're in mission, that you're changing planet Earth. They're already doing it. They're 3D. You know that. They are 3D. Absolutely. That is their contract. So if you're over here and you're not recognizing it, what can I say? I don't know what to say. This is why Twin Flames not together. And you tell me, people that talk about the 5D Twin Flame contract as much as me, they don't. My core being is to get you with your person. Everything that I am designed, let's just say, is my contract to get you with your person. But most don't understand the concept. They're all about just self-love. And even if they find out you have sexual abuse, they don't counsel you correctly. They don't go into your parents. Every program and everything I've created, like I said, I'm going to try to release my ebook. So please at least invest in that. Probably release it for $9.99, right? Is everything I create is channeled from them. It's never of me sitting there and thinking, oh, I think the twin flame contract is, right? And everything I tell you, as I always say, you understand it, right? You get it, right? It resonates with you, right? Because resonate means I'm reminding you of your contract. That's all I'm doing, right? It's not like half of it resonates. I fucking guarantee all of it resonates. All of it. And that's correct. And there's no one else that talks about it because they don't talk like me for a start. So they're in that soulmate element as of you. As of you, you're in that soulmate element, which was never the plan. The soulmates are here to do that. There are some soulmates that feel a bit, and they like the crystals and all that kind of thing. That's quite cool. Let them do it. But you're big. It's not bigger. I don't want to say that because it's just your purpose is different. Aliens' purpose is different. So their contract has ended, but it started into now being into you're supposed to be with your person. This is the start of it. But if you're there just doing tarot reading, yoga, acupuncture, Reiki, all that stuff, that is soulmate. That is soulmate stuff. And it's like, I'm always talking about the timer changes. Like it's supposed to be like, it's like they're waking them up to their spirituality, not literally. Your person ain't going to come round and you see them and they're talking about aliens and spirituality. That ain't going to happen. It was always red flags to me. Two things. When they say, one, when people used to book me and say my person's very spiritual, I was like, not twin flame. Two, my person tells me he loves me all the time. I'm like, something's wrong there. The love frequency is so that you work it out because your version of love is skewed. It is absolutely skewed. So is theirs. So is theirs. You must understand this. Their version of love is skewed is because your version is like from your friends and your family. And I promise you that most of you think that your person is running off some belief system from friends and family who they what? Love. I said there's a mirror, right? They run off something that they love. Okay, I won't show you to my mum because I love my mum and my mum wants me to be with Sarah Jane, right? Love. It's always something to do with love. right? It's never really they love their ex. It's always something to do with they don't want to hurt their dad who thinks that this person is good for them, right? Some love element. That's why they don't come, because of you're here to get people into the true essence of what love is. So yeah, another fucking long one. I'm going to cut it out there. I'm going to try to do the tarot readings, individual signs. If you go to my store, I have all my programs. They're all money back guarantee. Now you click on them and I've got a little description about them, or like the master program, I have a video about it and stuff like that. Everyone on my subscription list, well, I say everyone, I've got my dead brother on there and my twin sisters on there who doesn't sell it. But everyone else sells those programs. And at the bottom of the store page, you have the people who do image reading. Now, you've had loads of tarot readings. Go and book an image reading. We are here to do different stuff. And I've advised them, you know, image reading is literally pulling in energy. So they can read your dog. They can read your children. They can read the dead. And I've told them, advertise that. So if you want them to read stuff like that, ask them. Because I used to do that, but then I stopped. I've got to do this health program because the DNA has changed and I've got to get you lot to understand how unhealthy you are. It's not how you... If the telly tells you something is healthy, I promise you it's not. I keep telling you, if it's out there, regardless if that person knows it, there's lots of people who are good singers, right? And they go and sign, that's why they say sign their soul to the devil. Go and check out what that saying is. Go check out Katie, you know, the Lion Raw woman. What's her name? She even says, I had to sell my soul to the devil. I tell you stuff, go research it, right? That means that they're giving up their soul, right? But some people do it and they're in, not everyone who's in that elite, let's say, knows about it, right? So, but it doesn't mean that they're stuck there. And that's kind of like you. You might think that, well, obviously it's low sugar and obviously it's good for me and water is good for me and all this kind of thing. And I'm like, nah. I'm not saying you have to be a geek and go into the supermarket and read all the stuff at the back, because I don't do that. But I'm telling you, it's very important. It's dumbing you down, and you're Lightworker. You need to know Lightworker is light speed. It's the same. Starseed, seed from the star. Light is the light, enlightenment, and it's all connected with twin flames. Right? They're all connected. We're all one anyway. Anyway, I want to stop here. Bloody 15 minutes videos every day. Plus, I want to get out some tarot readings for you lot. Might have to do a collective as well with this energy and this change as well. So you're supposed to be getting back together. That's why I keep saying you're getting back together. But the cycle is a 0 point. I don't want to go and explain that, but there's a 0 point, meaning that the cycle will just keep going on if you're not getting what I'm saying. That's why I'm doing more talk videos, so that you understand it instead of just a tarot reading. Plus, I'm doing these so you can tell I know my shit. Tarot readers just do tarot. You can tell I know what I'm on about, right? So go to my playlist as well. Check out that stuff. I need to sort the twin flame one because look, the contract changed again. So loads of but it doesn't matter. You can just go, the playlist, right, is so that you know I know my shit, so that you book me. That's it. It's, well, you know, buy the programs. It's, like I said, it's on the website. So, and going to the Galactic School. You are alien. You should be doing things that are alien. You're not being yourself. You're not being yourself. And most of you are, so what about the children? And why aren't you booking things so you can learn from the children? So I'm going to do, hopefully I want to finish it here, the money frequency for the children at the school. Because money is this frequency. Everything is fucking frequency, isn't it? Right? I'm out. Enough of that. So hopefully I'll get to do more tarot readings. Hopefully, oh no, I was going to say hopefully no more chats, but they pulled me back. So probably another one tomorrow. Speak to you later.